Hey y'all, so I am headed to Ohio to register my youngest son for college. All right, y'all, so we are on this flight. Believe it or not, it's quicker for us to get to Dayton, Ohio than Florida. And look at that landscape, drastically different from our New York City skyline and landscape. Those windows, though, at first I thought it was my phone. No, y'all, it's definitely the airline windows. So we had a great flight and landing safe and sound. Shout out to the pilots and crew getting us to our destination safe and sound. Yeah, that's my kid just with his AirPods in, living his life as if he's a solo traveler. So I'm no world traveler, but I have been on quite a few flights in my life, okay? I leave most of the time from New York City, not most of the time, all of the time. And when I tell you the Dayton airport is like a gem that you don't even know. It's small, it's quaint, it's easy, breezy, beautiful, cover girl. Like you're literally in and out of this place in no time, especially the fact that we just have carry-ons. Love it here. As we're continuing our walking, I wanted to share that one thing, because this is the second time we've been out here, I have noticed we've flown around the same time, which is the early evening. By the time we get here, the restaurants in the airport are closed. We have been landing after 8 each time. So that's something to keep in mind if you do fly into the Dayton airport. I love as you exit the airport, boom, the Uber pickup station is right there, and the Ubers come within 2 to 4 minutes. All right, y'all. So this may look like Kansas to y'all, but it's not. We are in Ohio. So right now we are headed to register my son, Carter with a K, for college. We are currently in the neighboring quote unquote bigger city, which is Xenia, Xenia, Ohio. As I'm really taking in the downtown area this time around, because the first time we were just definitely in the moment. I wasn't filming anything, taking pictures here or there. It definitely gives me somewhat of a Virginia vibe, precisely Petersburg, Virginia, because I did live there for about 9 months out of my life. My parents lived there for many years, especially when we get closer to the school. It definitely gives me more of the downtown historic Petersburg, Virginia vibe look. So we're headed to the campus now, y'all. All right, y'all. So we are here at Central State University. I told Carter since second grade you have to go to college. Since fourth grade you have to go to an HBCU because for me, that's going to be something that you're going to need in this life, in this country, in this world as a black man. I strongly believe that the foundation that he will get at HBCU will be unmatched. I am not a fortune teller. I have not attended a HBCU, okay? But I am a firm believer in God, and I'm a firm believer in pouring into your children, and I'm a firm believer in pouring into your people as well. So, again, headed to registration, anxiously excited for my son. Here at the start of registration, we're going to be broken up in groups. We're going to take tours. We're going to speak to financial aid if need be. We're going to be able to ask all the questions we need to and get things wrapped up. We're getting grouped off now. We're in the group green, and this is the gym where obviously the basketball games, women's and men's, and other events are happening. There was my kid. And just realizing that, I'm not going to be able to be at every game and just be there as I've been in high school. It's a new journey for us all. Let the touring begin. So we are making our rounds. This building that we're seeing in front of us is Foundation Hall 2, which is a co-ed dormitory. It was a hot day in Ohio, but not unbearable. Up next is Foxhole, which is a co-ed dormitory for upperclassmen with a GPA of 3.5 or higher, or those that are in the honors program. Now we are entering the honors suite, y'all. So just know this is not the regular rooms. This is the honor suites. You see the living space, the kitchenette, the bathroom. Continuing on, we're in bedroom number 1 in the honor suite. We just showed the kitchen, living area, and the bathroom. And here is bedroom number 2. As you can see, it's the same exact setup. You have your bed, you have your desk, and you have your closet space to hang up your clothing. Nice and simple. So I just let my child go take his school ID because we're doing all these things that we need to do here. And for some reason, he doesn't remember that he needs to take his school ID. And what I was not doing was standing in that line with him. So I said, let me make my way down to Central State Marauder store and get me some apparel, because I've been saying for a while, once I know what school he was going to, I was going to rack up. So the store has a lot of different options, and it's so exciting to be here right now, looking through all these different looks, and just again, it's really sinking in that I'm really about to be an HBCU mom. So I definitely have looked at a few different things, and I just settled on one sweatshirt, keeping it real simple this time around. Being that we're here in the summertime, a lot of things are closed, but this is their market area where you can get different goods, which I was able to show you all. But I promise when I come for homecoming, I will definitely make sure I capture everything that I couldn't that was not open at the time. But again, this is like their little bodega. So I'm in the same area where the store and the cafeteria is. I wish I remember the name of the building. I'll make sure I'll add it, try to edit and add it in here. This right here is the Miss Central State University over the years wall. So again, this is like from their existence until now. I know I seen their current Miss Central State when we came to visit the school, which was like super cool to see all these beautiful black women and their history. So here's their cafeteria, which is closed. Last time we came, my son did eat here and he was very pleased with their food. He should be wrapping up soon, so I'm just walking around. That's the ROTC building. I know that from the last time we came, and our tour guide pointed it out to us. So we are approaching right now the library, which is the Hallie Quinn Brown Library. In front of the library is a plaque, and it gives you a history of who she is. So a lot of your children, including my own, should be at this place pretty often. So it's gotten really hot now, and it just dawned on me like I should have had sneakers on. Yeah, these bejeweled, embellished sandals are cute. It goes with the dress and all that. But listen, the way my feet are feeling right now, but I'm making it my mission to get as much videos as I can to share with future potential students and or their parents. So we're approaching another dormitory, which is Hunter Hall. This is for first year male students. So again, this is just a visual guide to help and assist potential future students, class of 2026 and beyond, as well as their parents, because videos help guide you in your decision. One thing is for sure, when I come back down, I'm definitely going to do a part 2 because there's a lot of buildings that I haven't even passed by. I don't know what's housed in some of these buildings. Look at all the greenery on the campus, though. It's pretty, right? So this is the bell tower that stood despite them experiencing a horrific tornado in 1974. Look at me being a whole HBCU mom, learning and being able to share the history, right? I think this may be the nursing's building, but I'm not 100% sure. So again, I know in future visits, I'll definitely be taking more video again, because this is a great way to help future students and their parents in their decision-making process. So as I wrap up my solo self-guided walking tour, I would like for those who never considered a smaller HBCU, never considered being in a rural setting, never considered going to school in the Midwest. That's the Performing Center, Art Center, by the way. Keep Central State in mind. Because again, I'm going to say it again. My son was telling me in 9th, 10th grade that he was going to Howard, 11th, 12th grade that he was going to Delaware, and he is attending Central State University. Because my prayer was for God to put him in a place that's going to bring him the most safety, security, and success. He had a lot of choices to choose from Alcorn, Coppin, Bowie, Morgan, Lincoln. The list goes on, but he chose to attend Central State University. Hey y'all, so today I'm at Central State University. I'm registering my son for college. He is an incoming freshman. So the reason why I'm doing this video is because when I was going through the process of trying to find a college for my child, and when I came across this school, Central State University, there wasn't a lot of videos. There weren't a lot of updated videos, I would say that. So I said, you know what? Once I knew he was going to come here and, we did the whole registration process, I said I was going to do a video. So I already did a walkthrough for the most part, which will be attached to this video. But I'm just giving you a breakdown of, I'm giving you a breakdown of the reasoning why we chose Central State University. Before I get into that, this sculpture right here, I'm going to take my video right here, was donated by Camille and William Cosby. Surprisingly, it's still here, and we'll just leave it at that. So I've told my son since 2nd grade, you have to go to college. I've told him since 4th grade, you have 107 choices within HBCU. Nothing else was even on the table for us, period. He did apply to a couple of state schools, but I know that this foundation is going to be everything for him in life. So he applied to, I think, 17 HBCUs, got accepted to every single one of them. And I'm going to give a quick rundown of some of the schools he got accepted to, and we'll get back to why we chose Central State. He got accepted to Alcorn, Virginia State, Grambling, Southern University, Langston, Tennessee State, Jackson State, Buffalo. I know there's a few I'm missing, but Lincoln, Morgan, Delaware. So just to give you an idea of the choices that he had. So out of all those choices, why did he choose Central State? My dream for him, again, was to go to HBCU, but I also knew that all HBCUs are different, right? So it's not just about going to HBCU, it's about what HBCU you're going to, what's going on campus and what's going on off campus. So my prayer always was to send him to a place that's going to give him the most, that's going to be the safety, security, success. So a lot of schools after a while started getting taken off the list for several reasons, whether it was an open campus, which Central State is an open campus as well. But again, there's several factors why some schools got taken off the list. This one stayed. Keep in mind, this is the school that my husband was saying from day one, oh, I don't know about Ohio, it's so far away, right? So for us to be here now, that he's accepted and registered, is like hilarious to me. Because I always tell my son, life is not exactly how you're gonna plan it. You could plan it, you can have goals and all that other good stuff, but life doesn't go like this. It's curved. As you know, when you get older, you start seeing how life really works. Central State, honestly, was not even on his radar. He kept telling me he was going to Howard, Then I'm going to Delaware, I'm going to Delaware, I'm going to Delaware. look where we're at right now. So that's an example of, you think things are going to go one way and it's going to go another way. So now bringing it back to Central State. What sold me on this school was when I looked at all the videos. I looked at hours and hours of videos, okay? So I started from A all the way down to letter Z. So Central State was in one of the beginning ones. So I always remembered, oh, I like this school. It seems quaint. It seems like someplace I could see my son. Again, my husband was like, I don't know about Ohio. But when it came down to us starting to apply and for us to start our auditions for band, and that's one thing, let me just bring it back to band. He is a trumpet player. He has a scholarship to play the trumpet here at Central State. He got offered multiple band scholarship offers, ranging from all the way from $3,500 to the maximum $14,000. So some people are more driven by, oh, what can I get the money? I will just say the maximum offer of $14,000, we're not at that school right now. Okay, so when it came down to auditioning, contacting all the band directors, Central State was one of the first schools that he auditioned for. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Dr. Level sold me. Once I spoke to him, he gave me the layout of the land and what's expected and of his program. I felt that I already liked the school, but I started feeling like, you know what? I have an extra person here that is not necessarily going to keep an eye on my child, but is going to hold him accountable. That's going to be a support system for him. So when I spoke to Dr. Level, I felt this may be the school, but it's not for me to say where he's going. Again, I put it to prayer. What school is going to bring him the most safety, security, and success? Went through all the band tryouts, still trying to figure it out. We came to the open house, and that pretty much sold it for him. For me, I was already there, but when he seen the school, he was like, okay, I feel like I can be here. Now, keep in mind, I always saw my child going to a smaller school opposed to a bigger school. But again, it's not about exactly what I want. It's about his experience. So once he told me that, you know what, I can see myself here, this is where I want to be, I was just like, I'm all in. Did I expect for him to go to college in a rural setting? No, I never expected that. But expect the unexpected, like they say on Big Brother, right? The main thing, he completed high school, and now he's on his next journey at an HBCU, and I couldn't be prouder. So Central State University to me is like a little gem. I feel like there's a lot of talk about a lot of these bigger, whoop! It's a little windy, huh? Okay, I got that. So I feel like there's so much talk about the bigger schools, and I feel like there's a lot of smaller schools that kind of are left out of the conversation. So I'm doing this video to express to the parents that are looking for a HBCU to send their child, think about Central State University. It's a gem. It's a nice campus. It's a clean campus. It's affordable. And when I call, folks over here pick up, because I'm a part of a lot of HBCU college groups, and I see a big complaint from parents is they could not communicate with the school. They have little to no communication with the school. I don't really have a problem with that. Especially once I sign the FEPRA form, I'm able to call and access things that I wouldn't be able to if I didn't. So again, this video is just to show you a little bit of the campus. I did as best as I could. Some of the places were closed. The school's not open right now. And I also wanted to share with you again why we chose Central State University. And again, don't look past it because it's in Ohio. It's a rural environment. This could be a dream for your child, whether they realize it or not. Because again, my kid thought if he was going to Howard, that he was going to Delaware, but now he is registered today to attend Central State University. He's going to be on the band, which I'm just super excited about his journey. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the vision that we had for him trusting in our vision, and I'm thankful for our Creator making everything happen the way it's supposed to. Because I move how the universe moves. Now, I'm finished talking. Let's see what Carter wants to add to this. Carter. Okay, so again, I'm done. I'm gonna ask him a couple questions and he's gonna give you some feedback. All right, so this is Carter.
Hello,
with a K. So Carter, can you tell everybody the 3 determining factors of why you chose to come to Central State University?
Number 1, it was the band. When I spoke to Dr. Level, he gave a really outgoing, like familiar kind of presence towards me. I felt like he was really easy when it came to me. And I feel like all in all, the band, when I came and visited, meeting the band members, they definitely were very welcoming. They didn't make it hard for me when it came down to introduce myself to everybody. And number 2, I have to say the way the campus is, it's not too big and it's not too small. It definitely isn't too big, but I prefer it that way. You know, I assume people would probably think, since I'm coming from New York, you would think that, you know, I might want an experience similar to that, but realistically, I just want an ideal college experience, and that's what Central State, what it looks like it would give me. And thirdly, I would say, third reason why I chose Central State, gotta be the people. When I came down here for the first time, you know, everybody was very forthcoming. I didn't feel like an outsider. That might just be an HBCU kind of experience, but you know, I'm getting my HBCU experience here. And all in all, even today for my orientation day, it was very, like I said, welcoming. It was everybody was very forthcoming. Everybody was very just overall nice. So I would say those are my 3 reasons why I decided to come to Central State.
Okay, I have another question for you. Okay, so you gave the reasons why you want to be here. Can you give me 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 things that make you weary about just leaving out of state to go to college, going from New York to Ohio without your support system?
Well, number 1, I would have to say is friends and family. That's a basic one. You know, you go 17 years of your life with people that you're familiar with, whether you moved or you didn't. Like for me, I came from the Bronx, and I moved when I was about 13 going on 14, and I moved to Long Island. It's all in New York, but at the same time it's still a move, so you know, I had to readjust, new friends and whatnot, and it's kind of feeling like it's going to be the same process now, but just on a way bigger scale. I'm not going to have my support system, my family. I'm not going to have my friends that, you know, I grew familiar with for the past 5 years I have been in Long Island, so that part is going to be a little bit like hard to transition into. Number 2, I would have to say, is getting used to the new environment. I'm going from urban to rural. I have to mentally prepare myself to know that, like, I can't just go down the block to a bodega. It's not going to be the same experience where it's like I can just go down the block and get Chinese food, and then if I'm feeling seafood, I can go down like an extra 2 blocks and it's right there. It's definitely a different system that they work here. I don't have much of a reason to step outside of the campus because they do provide a lot. But when it comes down to if I want something different, if I want to switch it up, it's definitely going to be a longer transition if I have to like go to McDonald's or something, or if I want to go to like a basic, you know, food area. So that part is definitely going to be different. I have to adjust to that. And thirdly, I would say biggest transition, I wouldn't say the biggest transition for me, the biggest one was family and friends, but thirdly, I would have to say probably be
How about not working, getting a paycheck?
Yeah, that's true. I have been working for the past year, so that's going to be a little different. I'm changing up the schedule, I would say. My schedule wise, you know, my schedule was entirely different, especially this summer. I was partly working full time, half time, but all in all, I was working, you know, and I would come home, I would do what I had to do. I do schoolwork whenever it came down to it, and then my day was pretty much done. So now I'm entirely flipping it over. It's just going to be school, it's going to be band. So I have to upkeep with everything. I have to manage this all myself, not my support system, like I was saying earlier. And all in all, it's going to be an entirely different field. But it's something that I'm looking forward to at the end of the day as an HBCU, is what I've been dreaming of going for the past couple years. And I know I'm going to find my people and my experience here.
Okay. All right, so pretty much that's it. We're done. And hopefully he finds his future wife here. Fingers crossed. Find him a queen at a HBCU. And I'm not going to say anything else about that. All right, so again, this was just a breakdown of Central State University. Oh, I'm sorry. I started talking and I didn't even give you my introduction. My name is Marlena. I go by Mar, and we're in Mar's world. So I just told my son I don't consider myself a content creator. I just share glimpses of my life here and there. And this was a glimpse that I wanted to share, especially for future students, parents looking to see what's going on at Central State University. Hopefully this video is helpful. Hopefully my editing is okay. I'm still new to this. And if you happen to go to Central State and you see Carter with the K, say hi to him. If you see me, say hi. If you're a student, Miss Marlena or Auntie Mar. If you're a parent, Marlena or Mar. All right, y'all.